Question number 2. You have a lithium iodine battery. At first, it's strong, E equal to 2.80 volt. Saying after 1 year, it drops by 1 to 2%. Which of the following helps to explain the cause of decrease in cell potential? Of course, it's D. You are asked why it loses little power. So simple answer, the battery uses up its reactants and change them into products. Very well. But this means that we change something called Q. Q is just a ratio between the products to reactants. When Q gets bigger, this is the numerator coming from the products. So when the products has increased and the Q and the reactants has decreased, for sure the Q is going to increase. But unfortunately, this means that the battery voltage goes down. Why? Look at the Nernst equation. The E cell is equal to the E node cell and blah, blah, blah. What is all these things? The E node cell is my original battery. So what was my battery at the beginning? It's E node cell. This is the value 2.80. But what is my E cell? This is under non-standard conditions. This is what happens to my battery over time. If the Q goes up, apparently the E itself is going to decrease. So let's say why. Imagine that Q was equal to 10. So when Q is equal to 10, this value is 0.0591 by calculation. So this means that 8 is going to decrease and become 2.74. Now I'm going to increase the Q more. I'm going to make it 100. How did you make it 100? You got more products. So by calculation, the E becomes 2.68. You see how it's going down? If you want a simple math, 10 is equal to 100 minus 90. If 100 is the same and 90 changes from 90 into 95, so it has increased from 2.7 from 10 to 100. This part is increasing. So if this part is increasing, then the 10 becomes 5. So these parts drop. As the cell generates potential over a period of time, the consumption of reactants and formation of products result in non-standard conditions of operation, and for E cell to decrease, the term, this whole term must become more negative. It increase means becomes more negative. So the ln of the Q becomes more positive over time, and this requires Q to increase.